Hello, we're back and we've got more to give away than ever before. One of these three people could end up driving a Ferrari or a Porsche. Lucky man. We've got a Formula One driving course to give away courtesy of Road and Track Events at the fabulous Goodwood Circuit. We've also got a year's subscription to Car Magazine to give away and a unique set of Mitsubishi cab briefcases. So all this could be theirs for the asking price. So let's just recap how the show works. The cars we're going to show you are genuinely for sale, and we're going to ask our contestants here to guess the asking price. Now, there's a point for the person whose guess is the closest, which becomes 2 points if they're within £50. And we give 3 points for a direct hit. And if two of these guys make the same guess, they both get the same points. Let's meet tonight's contestants. OK, so we've got Jonathan Hamilton here. Jonathan, you're studying?
I'm studying quantity surveying at Leeds Uni.
And in the middle, Steve there. What are you doing, Steve?
Mechanical engineering at Manchester Uni.
And finally, on the end, Adam, who's going to design tomorrow's cars, yes?
Yeah, hopefully. I'm going to be doing automotive technology at Sheffield University.
And all three of you guys know each other from school. So, on with the game. Brendan's been to some local used car showrooms to see just what he's found.
Italian people all make great pasta. All of the Irish people love to get drunk and dance all night, and the Americans make everything huge, especially their cars. All of those are huge generalisations. Of course, no one makes pasta like they do on the Italian adverts. And the Irish, of course, don't drink every day. And the Americans, they make small cars. Why? When they do it badly, and none of them will fit in them anyway. Now, this is the shockingly hideous Chrysler Neon 2-litre LE automatic. It's on a P plate, and it was registered in 1996, and it's got 51,500 miles, and it is, as they say, fully stickered. Yes, it's got a full service history, central locking, alarm, electric mirrors, sunroof and windows, and a striking model. Sorry, it is a striking model. Apparently. The interior is in first-class condition, considering it's done 51,000 miles. It's got a lovely cord velour, and if you're looking for a second-hand Chrysler Neon, it's as good as you'll get. I, however, do not want it. A small bucket of whale blubber, to me, is not striking. What's the asking price?
Oh, cruel, cruel. Now, is he being too cruel there, guys? Do you think that car really looks that hideous? What do you think? A Chrysler Neon of that age, quite a good mileage. What do you think it's worth? Time's coming up. All sure? Time's up. Let's see what you've written down there. So what seemed to be Brendan's least favourite car, Jonathan, there? How do you value it?
4,950, I think. I think it was probably worth about 11.5 new, so it's 7 years old or something.
Steve, what do you think it's worth?
Gone a bit more ambitious with 7,250.
You've got a bigger wallet. And Adam, what do you think it's worth?
4,100.
OK, let's see what Brendan really thought the car was worth.
Now, would you order a pizza from an Indian restaurant menu? No. So why anyone would buy a small car from an American manufacturer is beyond me. The asking price, regardless, is £4,495.
OK, £4,495. Adam, that makes you the closest. You get 1 point. Would you buy it?
No, I wouldn't.
I think I'm with you. On to our second round now, and we're looking at supercars with Glenda.
The next car I'm going to show you is top secret. In fact, it's that top secret, if I show you it, I'll then have to kill you. Well, seeing as it's you, I'll just give you a sneaky peek. It is, of course, the Aston Martin, transport of choice of our most famous secret agent, James Bond. Now, this particular model is the DB7 Vantage Volante, which means it's a convertible, and a very quick one at that. And that's no joke. 0 to 60 comes in a fraction over 5 seconds. And if you're part of Her Majesty's Secret Service, you can go on to a top speed of 165 miles an hour. I'm afraid that's all you can see because, after all, it is top secret. But I can let you have a guess as to how much it's worth. What is the asking price?
OK, there you go. Aston Martin's beautiful DB7 Vantage convertible, an absolute supercar. Wonderful V12. What do you think it's worth? I've had the privilege of driving that car. Very strange automatic gearbox, I have to tell you, that if you're going to shift it in and out of a parking space, you need a fair amount of room front and back to keep that beautiful nose immaculate. But apart from that, if you want status, then you can't do better than that car. OK, time's up. What have you got? And Steve, you valued that Aston at £67,450. Adam, you're a bit up on that, £78,000. And finally, Jonathan, you're up at £101,000. OK, let's see what Aston Martin, that Ford subsidiary, want for their car.
So if you fancy playing James Bond, you'll have to sweet talk M into giving you £95,000.
95,000. Well, Jonathan, you're very close there, 101, so you get the point. Well done. OK, our third round is with Lynn and features my favourite classic cars. Have a look at this.
A classic is not just another vehicle, it's an object of pride and joy that its owner treasures. And this car is a prime example. It's a 1958 Jaguar XK 150 and it's a 3.4 drop head coupe. This prestige classic car is absolutely top-notch. It's an original English right-hand drive model with matching numbers, and it's absolutely gorgeous inside, plenty of space, and it's clocked up about 20,000 miles since it's been rebuilt. Now check out the gorgeous tan upholstery, and even more spectacular, look at this mohair hood. Now you know me, I like to turn up at a Sunday afternoon barbecue with my top off. Oh. The car's just returned from 30 years in a warm climate and it has a very famous past owner, but I'm not going to tell you who. It's basically Class A, top-notch, mint condition. It's very unique and very special. So, who drives a car like this? Chris, it's over to you.
Beautiful bit of car there, one I'd very much like to own, I have to say. So, what do you value it at? Get your pens out, let's go. Lovely XK, of course, the lovely XK series, the XK 120 started 1950s, very early 50s, through the 140s, finally to the 150s. Some people said they got a bit bloated and fat, but I think it's the nicest of the three. Lovely car. Time's up. Let's see what you got. Adam, not deeply impressed by that XK, £19,000. Jonathan, you liked it a lot, £52,000. And Steve, plumb in the middle, £34,250. Let's see what that owner of that beautiful XK wanted for his car.
So, how much did you reckon for our celebrity motor? An unbelievable £44,950. It's just loose change to me.
I don't think £44,000 is at all bad. I think that's a pretty good price. Some of the Jaguar specialists would say that it's on the high side, but not bad at all. OK, so Jonathan, you're the closest there. You get the point. Very well done. Let's see how the scores are looking so far. OK, Steve, not dramatically impressive at the moment. Adam's got 1 point, but Jonathan, a clear leader, racing away with 2 points. OK, on to our quickfire round. We'll reveal pictures of cars slowly, and you buzz when you think you can guess within £1,000 of their value. Points go down as time moves on, and you only get 1 chance each to guess. Here's the first car. What do you think it is? Concealed there. Bit more of it. Who buzzed? Jonathan buzzed. What do you think it is?
Yeah,
and what do you think it's worth?
I think it may be a new Mini, but I'm not sure. But I think it's a new Mini.
And worth?
We'll go with £10,500.
So that leaves you out. Steve and Adam together. Have a look at the car. What do you think it is? Steve buzzed. What do you think it is?
I still think it's a new Mini.
And what do you think it's worth?
About 13.
OK, Adam, you're on your own. Have a look
dear.
at these pictures. What do you think the car is? What do you think it's worth?
The buzzer's not working.
Press. OK. What do you think it is?
I think it's a new Range Rover.
Yeah, and what do you value it at?
About 28 grand.
You're quite right, it's a new Range Rover, but I'm afraid you'd have to stump up 36,995 for that. OK, so no points on that round. Let's move on to the next. OK, can you just see a red car there? What do you think it is? Bit more of it. Bit more of it. Still no response. Obviously not a very... Ah! Jonathan, what do you think it is?
I think it's a Honda Insight.
What? How much?
16,000.
No. Steve and Adam on your own. A lot of the car remaining. Steve, what is it?
I've no idea, to be honest with you.
What's it worth?
9.
Little car like that. Not
No.
quite close enough, Adam. What do you think it is? What do you think it's worth?
I think it's a Mitsubishi Colt. It's worth about 7.5 grand.
Well, you're quite right. It is. Mitsubishi Colt Mirage. It's worth, would you believe, 10,995. So, no points there. Here's one to keep you guessing over the break. There aren't any points for it, but we've got an original letter signed by Enzo Ferrari himself. It was sent to the Monza circuit director in 1975. It's actually signed in purple ink. Join us after the break to find out how much it's worth. Welcome back. That Enzo Ferrari original signed letter we showed you is worth £500. Cheap at half the price. Joe Blakeway's been off down the auctions to have a look at what's up for grabs this week.
We've been to the auction again to see what we can find. Now remember that in this round, we're looking for the price that the car went under the hammer for, the auction selling price. So here it is, a very blue Ford Probe. Very slick and a bit dusty, but hey, nothing a bit of spit and polish wouldn't solve. So I'm wondering why it's here at the auction. Ah, there it is. It's done 166,000 miles, a lot by any car standards. It's an M-Reg, so that's about 7 years old. And although it looked great to begin with, we found some dents on the top of the boot, a smashed spotlight, and a few other signs of heavy-handedness. Looks like someone had their money's worth. So how much do you think this one fetched?
There you are, down the auction on a wet Wednesday. You've got to say what a Ford Probe, rather a scruffy one, is worth. Time starts now. Let's see what you value it at. Never quite a success of the Ford Capri. Ford was always looking for a coupe success, but the Probe certainly wasn't. And it laid an egg in Europe as well. Not popular with the used car trade either. So time's up. What do you value it at? Jonathan, you'd give 1,900 quid for that rather scruffy Probe. Steve, you'd give 3,025 for it. You're the used car salesman's delight. And Adam, £3,100. OK, so let's see what the auctioneer's hammer actually fell at.
Once, twice. Third last order at £1,100, yes or no? £1,100, Peter. Thank you. Have a month.
There you go. The auctioneer's hammer fell at £1,100. Jonathan, you're closest there by £1,900. So, as we know, private sellers can be unpredictable. Lynn went along to see how realistic their expectations are.
Today's private sale is a BMW 3 Series. It's a 316 SI. And it's from 1995, N-Reg, with 63,000 miles on the clock. Now, as one of BMW's best sellers, this car oozes elegance and reliability. A bit like me, really. And it's not in too bad condition. Now, the paintwork is looking pretty immaculate. No signs of rust. And some BMWs, they have the black sills, which is a good way of hiding any rust or wear and tear. But this car has still got its original colour-coded sills, which indicates it's been well looked after. And a nice set of wheels to round it off. It's even got the colour-coded Go Faster boot spoiler. It's got a full BMW service history, and the interior really does reflect the outside of the car. It's clean, classy, and it's in pretty good condition for a car this age. Now, I know there are a lot of competitors in the market at the moment, but in my opinion, a 3 Series on the company car park is always going to make a strong statement, and a well-maintained model like this is going to have no problems to sell, as long as the price is right. So Chris, it's back to you.
Okay, nice BMW there, and they tell me nobody's clocked the electronic speedometer. Pencils out, what do you think it's making? So, NREG BMW there, 316, of course the 1.6 engine, the smallest in the BMW range. You could have a 2 litre or even a 2.5 litre engine there. 63,000 miles, not a lot for that car, NREG 1995. Time running out fast, what do you think it's worth? So everybody much more in tune with BMW values. Steve, you've got it at 5,825. Adam, a bit more, £6,000. And Jonathan, you pay £6,750 for that car. You obviously like the look of it. Let's see what the owner wanted for it.
So how much for this little angelic BMW? £6,500 to the first bidder. Take it or leave it.
Jonathan, you're the closest, 6,750. He wanted 6,500 for it. Very well done. OK, here's a final chance to reverse the order in our second quickfire round. The points go down as more information is revealed. Fingers on the buzzers, chaps. Let's see our first car. Okay, oh, look, very quickly indeed. What was that?
It's a BMW M3.
What do you think it's worth?
£42,000. £42,000.
42, OK, you're out. Steve and Adam, have a look. What is it? Adam, what is it? What's it worth?
I think it's a BMW M3 and it's worth about 36,000.
Not close enough. Down to you, Steve. What is it?
I think it's a BMW M3 and I think it's worth around 39.
Yes, spot on. Well done. £39,340. Let's see what the next car is. Adam, what was that?
It's a Skoda Felicia.
How much?
About 6,500.
You're out. Jonathan, Steve, what is it?
I'll stick with the Skoda.
And?
I think it's worth about 7,500.
Down to you, Jonathan. Have another look.
It's a Skoda Fabia, and it's worth about 7,800.
No, I'm sorry, no points there. It's a Skoda Fabia, yes, 1.4 litre 16-valve comfort, but Skoda want £9,985 for that car. So, let's see what the scores stand at the moment. And Jonathan, you're well in the lead there with 4, Steve with 3, and Adam just 1 point at the moment. So, that means that, Jonathan, you're tonight's winner. Hurrah! But we do have prizes for everyone, the briefcase for starters, and it's not over yet for Jonathan because we're going to show you one more car. And if you can get within £2,000 either side of this car's asking price, well, you'll win the track day and the Year's magazine subscription in addition to your wonderful briefcase. So you can ask the other two for their advice, assuming that you trust them. But are you ready? Here we go.
Yeah, I would sell at that price. That's very good. Sell, yeah. And what about the donuts? Going well? Yeah, I'd admit those 6 for £1. Yes, of course, a car associated with London excess in the 80s. It is, of course, a Saab convertible, but the only thing I'm trading in now is cakes and pastries. That was my mum at the cake shop. Yes, it's a 9.3 SE high output turbo and a very nice model indeed. But if I'm going to be a London executive and play with some toys, I'm going to need something else to fiddle with apart from myself. So, what's it got? Well, it's fully kitted, as you would imagine. It's got electric windows, remote central locking, airbags, climate control, which is obviously handy in Manchester because it's always sunny, power-assisted steering, ABS, a nice set of alloys, metallic paint and a CD player. But it's got one toy, which is the best of all. It's the pièce de résistance. That's French for piece of resistance for all the footballers' wives out there. Have a look at this. No matter how cool you look once the roof is down, you still feel silly putting it down. But anyway, inside it's got beautiful condition, beige leather seats. It's 2 years old, March 2000. It's a W and it's got quite high mileage at 22,500 miles, but an all-round poser's car. What's the asking price?
OK, so, Jonathan, if you want to, you can confer with the other two. You've got just 20 seconds to give me the correct asking price. Off you go.
OK.
Nice car, convertible Saab, 9.3. High pressure turbo, very quick. What are the... You don't trust the other two, you don't want to ask them?
I don't.
OK.
Not from the previous rounds.
Time's starting to run out now. And let's see how you value it. So, Jonathan, £18,000 for that Saab convertible. One of your favourites?
Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. Nice cars.
Especially, what, the new one, the 9.3?
Yeah, they're all nice cars, aren't they? The early 900s were nice as well.
Before that, 99, the first 99 Turbo. Fantastic device. OK, let's see what the Saab Turbo was worth.
Bad news is Mum's cake shop's gone bust because of my insider dealings, but don't worry about me, I've got my finger in lots of other pies and pastries. The only problem is so have the customers. This beautiful piece of Swedish pre-assembled furniture can be yours for £18,999.
Brilliant. Well, there you go, Jonathan. You said 18,000, so you're well within our limit, and you are this week's winners. Very well done indeed. So you get the briefcases, you get the driving course and the subscription to the magazine. Have you done a driver's course?
I haven't, no. I'd really like to, though, so it's going to be an excellent day out.
It will be, and Goodwood Circuit as well. I've been on the grass there more times than I care to remember, but very well done. I'm sure you'll have a great time. They've got some lovely cars. That's it for this week's Asking Price. Here's another one for you at home. Put these three cars into their correct order of value. We've got the Mercedes A210 Evolution, the Fiat Doblo, possibly one of the ugliest cars in the business, and the Chevrolet Tahoe. And that, I think you'll have to import yourself from America. The answer's on our website, and that's at www.menandmotors.co.uk. OK, well done, Jonathan. I think you have a great time at Goodwood. You guys going to go and support your old school friend?
Yeah, we'll go and cheer him on.
You're going to go and cheer him on? Enviously.
Indeed.
Definitely.
OK, very well done indeed, Jonathan. Steve, thanks very much indeed for joining us. Adam, thank you for joining us. We look forward to your new car designs when you graduate.
Thanks.
OK, see you next time on Asking Price.
What is the asking price for our lady lap dancer?
So if you fancy playing James Bond, you'll have to... What? Sweet talk, Can we go on now?